Well, hello again, and welcome again to another reading. And today we're going to continue on in our book, Beacon Lights Along the Shores of Life. And the article today, or the chapter, I should say, is a divine telegram. So with that said, let me just turn this off, turn this on, and get rid of myself. And we will read the chapter, a divine telegram. To enter the word, the entrance of the word gives light. Psalms, should be 15, I'm not sure, that'd be 110, let's see, 119, 130. Okay, 119.30. These Roman numerals are kind of hard to figure out sometimes. One day in the north of England, a young man entered a shop where a servant of God was purchasing some articles. He noticed how very ill this young man looked, and was led to ask him if he had found peace. To the question he got the reply, "I have Christ, and he is my peace." On inquiring how and when this came about, the fellow accounted the way in which God was pleased to carry his own word home to a soul which he had deeply exercised beforehand, was given by the young man, providing the truth of the passage of that same word, which is at the head of this article, and which has been written with the simple desire of magnifying that word. Also that the blessed God, I trust, will use it to encourage any who have to do with anxiety of soul. We're wearing a two-edged sword of the Spirit, looking to God to carry it home to the hearts and conscience of those they are dealing with, and further, that he will be pleased to own the relief of any precious soul into whose hands this little particle may fall, who up to the moment has been going about seeking rest and finding none. And there may be set their seal that the entrance of thy word gives light. About a year and a half previous to this interview, this young man had been employed as a clerk in a telegraph department near Princeton. For a long time, he had been in deep distress of soul. Every Sunday, he said, as the day came round, I went from place to place where I could hear preaching to see if I could pick up any comfort. But God did not intend me to pick it up. He sent it to me in his own way. One Monday morning, I was standing in the telegraph office, bowing down with sin and sorrow in the acting of asking God to give me relief and forgiveness, or I should go mad. Just at that moment, a signal came from Windmeyer in address, and then the words, "Behold the Lamb of God, which takes away the sins of the world, in whom we have redemption through his blood and the forgiveness of sins, according to the riches of his grace. Blood, the riches of his grace, went right into my poor heart, and no one in the whole world could have greater joy than that. I had that Monday morning. The message I took myself, it was for a young woman, a servant in the neighborhood, who had written about her state of soul, being herself very anxious to hear from her master's brother, who was staying at the lake. And he had taken this means of reply to her letter. She too, a short time after, as I had heard from her own lips, found the same message to be to her own soul the light of life. Behold, reader, precious exercise, trembling one, may you also find the Lamb of God, the redemption, that blood, those riches of his grace, meet your most fully, meet every necessity of thy soul, because these two verses are God's testimony to the person in the divine the person in the first place, and in the second, to the works of his dear Son, by whom he had been so glorified about sin and sins, that he offered, rested to thee now. Rest in the one in whom he had found rest, the one who made peace by the blood of his cross, who is our peace, who believes at the right hand of God. SVH. And that completes this chapter. Until next time, God bless, and we will see you then.